Well, just saw Smile last night, and man, I gotta say, I'm feeling kind of weird. I actually don't feel right. What is that? Get away! Get away from me! Man, the entire time in the theater last night was like that. What up, guys? Bobo here. Thanks for coming back with some more popcorns. So Andrew and I went to another pre-screening last night of Smile, written and directed by Parker Finn, starring Sosie Bacon and Kyle Gallner, amongst some other people, but those are the main two people it focuses on. Little side note, Sosie Bacon is Kevin Bacon and Keira Sedgwick's daughter. I tell you what though, this movie hit on all cylinders. I loved it. Kind of has vibes from like The Ring, Bird Box. It follows, but it also was its own thing completely. In a nutshell, what I got from this movie is that it was sort of an awareness of depression and people that are really going through traumatizing events in their lives or have been through traumatizing events and never really face them or learn how to deal with them. And in a roundabout way, this movie is kind of like the dangers of what could happen if those things aren't addressed. Hence the title of the movie, Smile. Right off, the opening scene reels you in, and it's kind of one of those things that you're watching it, and the opening scene is going for so long that you kind of think the movie's just already started. We're already in the movie. And then this crazy shit goes down, and then before you know it, the opening credits of the film are coming up, and you just realize, damn, that was just the opening scene? So if you don't know the premise, there's this lady, Sosie Bacon, who works like a mental institution, and she's trying to help people. And right off, we see this one patient she has that just is talking about something that's creeping up with her. No one else can see it, but she can see it. And she keeps on saying that it looks like people. It looks like people, and it's smiling at her.
It's smiling at me. Oh my God!
And ultimately, it kills her, or makes her kill herself. You kind of see that in the trailer, so I'm not giving anything away, but the whole premise of the movie is this doctor trying to recoup her life after just witnessing this lady killing herself in front of her. Obviously, way more things get involved with the plot line, and you're trying to figure out what the hell is going on. But I tell you what, man, just as they're reeling you in with certain tactics of trying to figure out the plot of the story, they cut in there with a katana and just scare the shit out of you. And I'm talking awesome scare tactics. And I don't get scared that easily. Most of the time I can see the jump scare coming from a mile away. But not this one, boy. It got me. Multiple times. And while it's got the jump scares covered, it also has really tense and ominous moments where like the camera's moving around dark rooms really slowly, implying that there's something in the other room in this dark doorway. I mean, all kinds of stuff that really builds some good tension for you. And not to mention the score that's going on the whole time, overlapping all these tense moments. I mean, sometimes you're just seeing a person smile, but with the music and the build-up behind it, you're literally about to shit your pants. I don't know if you remember in the trailer, but there's a scene in the trailer where you see this white lady who's blonde, wearing white, and she just starts smiling like, oh my God. It was so terrifying in the movie what actually goes down in that scene. I mean, really scary. And I'm telling you, hair-raising moments, the way that the director scares you in this movie. And the idea of it is scary too. The idea that you're being haunted down by something and no one else can see, only you. And then, if you think about the idea, if someone was telling you all these weird things like that, like, oh my God, something's cursing me and coming after me, and I know you can't see it, but it's gonna kill me. I mean, you would think that person was crazy, right? And so then there's that fear of you telling someone that you really are afraid for your life, but no one's believing you. Kind of like suicide. A lot of people reach out to people for suicide and reach out for help, and no one really takes it seriously, and the next thing you know, they're gone. But not to be a downer at all, I've dealt with the loss of someone through suicide, someone extremely close to me. So maybe this movie hit a little bit more home with me on that, and the fact that it's about suicide, people dying from suicide, and then it's called Smile. And the whole idea of people that, don't understand depression until they get it, they're trying to point fingers at people, come on, just be happy, smile. And if you've ever dealt with depression, that's the worst thing in the world you could hear. It almost digs you deeper. So that alone is horrific itself. And then on top of it, just the tactics that this filmmaker's using to scare you. God, I'm telling you, Andrew and I, multiple times, we were looking at each other just going like, Jesus! Jesus! No! I mean, there's this one scene where she's on the computer. That's all I gotta say. If you're watching the movie and that scene where she's on the computer, oh, then there's this f***ed up scene with this pet cat named Mustache, or as I like to say, a mustache. And like I was saying earlier about these dark scenes in these rooms where the camera's just panning slowly, which are really tense, then there's really tense moments in the broad daylight. They're outside, broad daylight, and these moments are extremely tense and haunting. I'm telling you, I'm getting chills right now thinking about it. And then just when the movie's starting to think you're getting into this sort of maybe deep, meaningful part, this emotional part, which it does have some of that, then another jump scare, and you're just like, oh, God. But I was loving it. That's what I want from a horror movie. I want to be scared. I want my adrenaline pumping when I'm walking out, and I'm wanting to talk and feel like I'm feeling right now. Every bit of this movie I love. I give Smile an A+. But man, getting a head start on the Halloween season like this with just an awesome, badass horror movie that literally, from beginning to end, I was on the edge of my seat. Smile was one of the scariest movie experiences I've had in a long time. And it's hard to scare me. I'm so desensitized with horror films at this point in my life. It's hard to get to me, and this one did. Go check it out. I highly recommend it. That'll do it for this review, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button so you can help us make it to the top. And as always, if life gives you lemons, make some hot, fresh popcorns.
I'm just really scared that something bad is going to happen. Gross.